envision a world with white folks, without white folks, and be able to raise the question, what is it that we're going to do independent of white people? It is very, very hard for us to envision a world without white people. But we cannot create our own agenda until and unless we can define an agenda that can envision a world in which they don't exist. Now we have to wake up and come back to the reality of them. But certainly when we talk about a future, we have to talk about a future from our point of view and our historical understanding of reality.
Indamanesh, Indamana, Hetepu, Nangadef, Majvo, Habaragani, Salbona, Anisogoma, War. Pan-African greetings, family. This is Kamau Makesi-Tehuti, and you have entered Africa's ReAscension. We'll open, as we usually do, with an apaye, or a libation, which deliberately calls upon the energies of our African gods and our African spirit forces and the forces of those yet born to guide and bless this endeavor. I go, Odumakuma, Inyame wa, treaty upon, Olorun, Ma'at, Jehuti, Amen Ra, Beje Ensa, Asasaya Ensa, Abasun Ensa, Abasun Po Ensa, Nana Sergibi Ensa, Nana Efiketua Ensa, Nana Dadakofi Ensa, Nana Tigray, Insa, Nana Kumi Insa, Kweku Free Insa, Akonade Abena Insa, Asubonten Insa, Bocherewa Insa, Tamensa Insa, Shango Insa, Oya Insa, Oshun Insa, Asar Insa, Heru Kahuti Insa, Nana no Mensamanfo Insa, in Samanfo Abasua Fowl and Sa. Abasua Fowl and Sa. Yeshremo Yansa. Yeshremo Ahoden. Yeshremo Enchera. Yeshremo Sikapa. Yeshremo Enkwaso. Yeshremo Enkwaso Abasua Fowl. Yea Enkwaso. I ask you, Odumakuman, Nyame Wa, Treaty Upon, Olorun, Obatala, to use me in this forum to impart clarity and cultural consistency to all within the sound of my voice. May I speak directly to their sum, their spirit, and reawaken the long, dormant, and asleep African inside them. Medasi Pa, Medasi Bio, Mo Piafo, Mone Casa, Medase Nanano, Yo Medase Nanano. The apaye, or libation, is an ancient practice that is still done to this day in all rural traditional areas throughout the continent. Past, present, and future become one as those of tomorrow look upon what we are doing now and drawing strength from and doing the rituals of yesterday. All right, this is Kamau Makesi-Tehuti. Again, welcome everyone to Africa's ReAscension. Oh, wow, got a nice group of folks in the chat room. Madasi. The call number is in as well, 760-454-1111, 760-454-1111. Oh, man. I'm trying not to do it, but I think I am. I love her lip show, but, man, sometimes it's stressful to listen to some of the stuff that be going on in the chat room and then come immediately right in to do my show. And I ain't going to mention folks directly by name. One day I may have to, but not right now. It's good that Philip and other folks are doing shows like today, the job show and what's really going on with job creation, and throwing out the question again of vision. What's an African vision? Because in my opinion, more and more folks who we think are on our side are being exposed and are being outed by shows and questions like, what is the African vision? And when Caucasoids can't produce jobs for themselves, what's that? What will we have to do to make sure we'll still be living? Because when it comes out of motherfuckers' mouths that basically, this ain't what was actually said in the chat, but when they basically are saying the only way to survive in this reality, since it's ran by white folks, is to be like white folks, you have just told me you are not on my side, because my side is we are looking to re-understand what our African reality is and then revive it for the present time that we're in. That's completely different from, oh, well, I don't know what spirituality is. Spirituality is paying the bills, so I got to do what's going on in this society right now. No one else is doing that. Let me rephrase that. No one who wants to succeed for centuries down the line is doing that. Folks who don't know who they are feel that the best way to succeed is to do what Caucasoids are doing. But again, a magazine that folks really should get or at least check out, because it helps inspire me at times, is called Cultural Survival Quarterly. It's put together by Caucasoids. I don't give a damn about that. But what the magazine does is Caucasoids and other folks who are going around the world and who are championing indigenous rights and who are giving a voice to people all over the world who are fighting against Caucasoid incursion to maintain their way, whether it's through the arts, whether it's through literature, whether it's through regaining language, whether it's through fighting to keep their spiritual stuff intact. This magazine is showing that people all over the world are basically having the same type of discussions that Africa's ReAscention is having, that Holisticism Show is having. How can we regain our culture to move forward? How can we pass on our culture to our children? In this magazine, they are not talking about we need to throw away that shit because it's of the past and it's not going to work and we just need to deal with what's going on right now. No. All over the world, everyone is having the same discussion. But we got some people who are trying to play like they want to do this African thing and play like they talking about some pro-black stuff. But then when you really listen to them, when you really start asking some key questions like, what's the vision, brother? What do you want for your kids? Then they go say some shit like, oh, I don't know what spirituality is. Spirituality is paying my bill. And then other folks who are keep getting on the piece on let's move away. What is Africa? What is this Africa stuff? Let's leave that alone, and the religion piece. And if you just bring up the question of religion, isn't that being divisive? Every traditional group of people on the planet right now at this time are all questioning the European incursions on their lives. Everybody. And this magazine, again, Cultural Survival Quarterly, is for me, it get, because you get caught up in all the 250 channels and the internet and all this other stuff, and you can really think that, wow, Caucasoid way is the way to go. It's the only way. It's the end of history, like that one food institute said. There's nothing else that can be accomplished. And if you don't have other outlets that are challenging this reality, you can get swept right up in this motherfucker. And we got folks who are claiming to be in on our side, who at the end of the day want to be black-skinned white folks. And so I love Holisticism Show. and folks say they love my show. Because and Queenie Farmer's show, and Ambassador Assar's show, and Brother Amachi's show. Folks love our shows because we are challenging viciously this Caucasoid society from all different angles. Me and Amachi hitting the spiritual side, Ambassador Sar hitting the health side, and he has some shows dealing with the spiritual piece. Brother Holip is hitting it from all different angles: economy, politics, spirituality. We are all Queenie Fama just hitting some raw common sense stuff, some raw dog common sense African stuff, and so all of these shows are coalescing, basically saying the same thing. We are all lockstock with the rest of the traditional people on the planet right now as we speak, walk in tandem, hand in hand, arm in arm, saying we are rejecting this white man's ways. The solutions, whatever they be, we're going to figure them out, but the solutions are in our culture and in looking at our experience and our reality, especially before we got caught up in this Caucasoid stuff. And that's the way we're going to move forward. Sankofa. It is not taboo to look to your past for future-based solutions. And again, folks are being exposed and outed. My debate that I had on Holism Show outed one person, and chat discussions over the past few months within Mr. Holism's chat room has been exposing other people. And I hope I'm not the only one that's seeing this exposure. I hope other people are noticing it too. Our culture, our experience, our reality, our African gods and spirit forces will be what gets us out of this mess. And anybody, black, white, blue, green, or yellow, anybody that's saying something different from that, we really need to either move away from them or check them, because they are slowing up our progress. They are fucking up the message that we are trying to pass on to other folks and to the children, and they will keep us in this Caucasoid quagmire. Even though they look like us and they, on the surface, say some things that sound like what we talk about, but when you question them, when you dig a little bit more, you find out they just want to be black-skinned white people, point blank.